Casey, donate some blood. I, middleman, give you a drop of my blood in honor.
That's great. What are you gonna do to me?
We're gonna kill you.
You see this bridge here, boy?
Yes.
The evil Caseys have this won! We have won this war! What are you gonna do, kid? You gonna get up and die like a man? Or are you gonna lay there and die like a bitch? It's your choice. Oh. You're going.
Hey, what's going on, my friends? A happy Sunday to everybody. Hope everybody is well, and welcome to another episode of 25 Years of Memories with Casey. This is episode 17, and this is a topic that I have been waiting to cover for a long time. What are we talking about today? Oh, I'll tell you. The competition between two best buddies, myself and Johnny. Casey Scoffield and John Nation. We've been competing with each other with this audio content creation stuff for the past almost 3 decades. And if you think I'm kidding, oh no, I am not. In this episode, I sit down in Johnny's living room with my old pal himself, and we talk about the old days, how we got started, and what it's like now for us. From the dark days of the Stone Ages, starting out on tapes and being young teenagers and talking till 4 a.m. at blind camp in the summer, to high-tech digital creation, man. We talk about it all. We cover it all. From Chris and Dan's worst fights versus Ultra Johnny, from WOW versus EOW, Jaws for Windows is a Murderer versus Ultra Johnny, The Last Stand. I mean, we talk about it all, man. Johnny and I, you won't find two people more passionate about this audio content creation stuff than the two of us. And we've been competing with each other for a long time because we love it and we enjoy it. And in this episode, you're going to hear all about it. We're going to talk all about it. Let's get to it. Me and Johnny. You know, I look back on everything we've done over the years. You know, and we got to start at the beginning, man. You know, we got to start at that camp in 1999, summer of 99, man. I mean, it's just like the crazy conversations.
Oh, God.
A 9-year-old Casey Scoffield.
That conversation will last forever. That was a 9-year-old Casey Scoffield and a 15-year-old John Nation literally stayed up all fucking night talking. Literally.
Oh, yeah. Like, all night long talking about...
police chase.
Yeah.
And potato person.
Yeah. And, like, you know, talking about our biggest fears and
yes.
comparing villains. You know, actually, at first, I thought that you had made up Linoge.
You thought I made him up?
I thought he was one of your characters.
I'm going to be honest. I wasn't creative enough to make up characters back then. Or not too many characters back then, so no. No, he was not made up. He was a very evil man.
Well, you didn't create Ultra Johnny at this time, right? Ultra Johnny wasn't a thing yet?
Ultra Johnny was something that I was toying around with. See, Ultra Johnny spins off an idea that I had as a very small child about 95. Because I had seen this show where it was called Beetlejuice, and he created a superhero name for himself. His name was Ultra Beetle. And I thought, wait a minute, Ultra. I could take that and do something with it. So I took that and made Ultra Johnny. Put my name with Ultra. And I gave him superpowers, and I gave him, the ability to fly, and the ability to transform. But he was not a created thing really until late '99, early 2000.
Yeah.
Because I was toying, I knew how to make stories, but the stories I was making at that time were not of me. They were of other things at that time. So I wasn't into that to that project yet. That didn't stop us, however, from talking about it. Oh
no. See, and the thing that I've always believed is you have to be at a certain age to really get those creative juices really flowing correctly.
I have to disagree with that because I was making stories when I was 5.
No. I mean, I was too, but what I mean is like to get it like in the right order.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
all right, yeah.
Like to put it together where it makes sense. Like, so the early concepts of what would become Chris and Dan's Worst Fights was the early 90s. I mean, we're going back to 93, right?
Yeah.
It was when I first started, like, changing my voice and creating these characters. I remember in the early 90s, I had seen this homemade Frosty the Snowman statue that my Uncle Rick had made for my Aunt Leslie and my cousins, her kids. And I started thinking in my head, like, a character? Could I give it a voice and a personality? So I started kind of like, I don't know if you'd want to say, kind of giving it a personality.
You brought it to life.
Yeah, and I gave it a character, and then I thought, I could keep expanding with this. And then I made up a character. His name was Ken. That would later become Ken Sullivan. And then there was the Mr. Good Guy, Mr. Bad Guy twins. And then you had the evil Jasmine character and her sister, Queen. You had Hunter and Jesse. And then that's when it started. You had Chris, the villain. You had Dan, his friend, whom he sometimes bullied. Then, I kept expanding. And then I was like, okay, you have Captain Jake Boozy. You have Scott, Ken's troubled brother. And then I thought, well, how do we make this interesting? A good Casey and a bad Casey. But we need a leader Casey to clone like an exact copy of me, just evil.
Right.
And then we want to give him an army. And this is all like the early to mid 90s.
Right.
Like this is like 93 through 98 when I was creating all these characters.
So you were creating stuff back then too, so was I.
Oh yeah, but I didn't start putting any of this on tape.
I didn't either, which is really unfortunate.
Oh, you're telling me, man.
Before, what Ultra Johnny originally was, and I still like this idea, was Ultra Johnny was the leader, and my past selves, like my past years, were his men. And what we would do is we would go on these different adventures, try to stop all these different villains. It was fun, and I thought about bringing that into the modern era as well.
Oh yeah, I remember in the mid 90s, Christian and I, we would make up these stories and these like make believe worlds. Like we'd be on a ship and we're traveling to Jennarine, is what we called it. And Jennarine was like a different realm, kind of a different planet, Kind
of like My Planet Weird.
Yeah. And we just had all these characters. But I didn't quite know what to do with it yet because, this was the mid-90s. I was 5-6 years old. I had no idea what I was fucking doing, And
yeah, you don't know what... Yeah, I think you'll agree. You don't know what you're doing when you're 5, 6, 7, maybe not even 9.
And you know what the crazy thing is? Okay, so I had this boombox. I got this boombox. It was a cassette boombox. I think I got it Christmas of 95, I want to say. Got it from my mom and sister. And it was an old 90s style boombox. It had like controls on the front, for your bass and treble and speakers and all that. And it had one cassette deck and a radio. Now, the one thing I did not know about this tape deck until 99-2000 was its capability to record.
Oh, God. Don't you wish you found that out sooner?
If I'd have found that out sooner, Johnny, we'd have had the mid to late 90s all recorded.
Oh, that would have been beautiful.
You're damn right it would have been beautiful because I had so many ideas even back then. But here's the thing. I was little. I didn't know.
Dude, I didn't have my first recorder until 94. Literally.
It's crazy.
Everything else, every other tape I've got, every other video I've got is done from my parents' video camera where I love being filmed. I've always loved being recorded, and I always will. But my first recorder was when I was 10.
Dude, you know how I discovered this thing could record? So at that point, I'd had a different stereo, but we still had that boombox, and it was in Brad's room. So Brad was using it as a radio and as a tape player. Well, Brad and Cecily and Alyssa had found this tape, and it was a recordable cassette. And they were downstairs recording on it. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? And they told me, they're like, we're all sitting here and we're all recording. And my cousin Clint was staying with us. And I was like, wait a minute. This thing can record? Because I remember in the late 90s, like I'd had toys that you could record on, but it wasn't tapes. It was just like a phone or a little helicopter or something, that you could like record for like 30 seconds.
Like those little memos I felt so much in love with.
Yeah. And I loved that stuff. I recorded tons of stuff on those, and of course back then, there's no saving any of that.
Oh, of course not. You can't save anything of what you had back then.
But man, I loved to record, and I would record on the answering machine. I'd record on the voicemails. I love being recorded too, but again, there was no way to save it.
Yeah, see, that was the one bitch.
Yeah.
There's no way to save it, and with mine,
especially back in those days, and I want to emphasize this for any of our younger listeners. Back in those days, there was no digital recording.
No.
And if there was, it was hugely expensive.
Overly expensive, where we would never be getting our hands on it.
Oh, yeah, and we were minor children, yes, so, there was no way.
My biggest problem, and I'll admit this right now, my biggest problem was I would record, but I would never save because I only had one tape.
Yep, same here.
And I get you too?
Yeah. Have you ever wondered why Chris and Densworth's Fights 1 was so scattered?
And I could not stop. I loved what I did.
I'm telling you. Dude, when I first discovered that radio could record and I had that tape, like I took over that tape. Like I paid for that tape. Like I paid my siblings for that tape.
Oh, I bet you did.
Yeah, because now, see, this is what, early 2000 now?
Yeah.
Well, once I discovered that thing could record, and I had a tape that I could record on and save things, this is coming from a kid who, mid to late 90s, I'd record on the voicemails, on my little toys and things.
Right.
Could never save any of it. But now, here's a tape. You could save it. And I'm just like, oh, this is amazing.
Do you remember seeing my Talk Boy? Because I know you did. That I had.
Was that the one where you had to hold down the play button?
No.
No, I did not see that back then.
Okay. My first recorder was, aside from the talking memos and shit, right? My first actual recorder was Talk Boy. I loved the fuck out of Talk Boy. I went through 4 of those fucking things and wore every one of them out.
Actually,
literally.
You know what? I'm going to rewind a little bit. That radio was not my first recorder. I had 2 capable tape recorders at my disposal for about 4 years before I even knew what they were.
Dude!
You know what the second one was?
Huh.
It recorded part of Chris and Dan's Worst Fights 17 and recorded years of the voice of Metal Man for that series. It was a Mr. Mike
What are you saying? Yeah.
Toy Story microphone that doubled as a tape player.
Yeah.
I got that thing for Christmas in 1996 from my grandparents out in Salt Lake, my mom's parents. And I remember the day I got it. It took 4 C batteries and it was a big old brick. But it was a tape player.
Yeah.
And it was portable. But again, I was little. I didn't know.
Well, I knew. I just didn't know how to save. I didn't know how to control myself for shit.
I wish I'd have known. I wish I'd have known.
Oh, Casey, me too, bud. I ain't gonna stand here and jerk your chain. Me too. I wish I had that capability back then to know.
I wish I could just go back in time.
Oh, me too.
Just like tap into his brain and just go, hey, look at...
What I like to do, honestly, if I ever could go back in time, my dream would be to go back in time with a digital recorder and record every part of my life.
Everything.
All of it. The whole 9 yards.
Everything.
Bring it all back up here and have the biggest recording library that anyone could ever fucking have.
Oh, God, wouldn't that be great?
Because, to get into another realm here, there's people that have came into our libraries that are no longer here, and I'm grateful to have those voices.
Amen to that, buddy.
Because I record everything. For those of you that don't know me, I am a recording junkie.
Oh, God.
Recording is my life's work. But it's helped us get a lot of voices that we wouldn't have otherwise.
I've got voices of friends and exes and all that, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's the people that aren't here anymore.
That aren't, exactly. Greg.
Oh, yeah.
Mama, as far as I'm concerned. It's Cindy. The people that aren't here.
My brother,
Yeah, your brother. Exactly. Those people, this is why I treasure every recording I make. Because you don't know when you're going to lose those people.
You just don't, man.
No, you don't.
You know?
No, you don't.
You really don't.
Your first recorder was a Mr. Mike, and mine was a Talk Boy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. By then, and this is, April of 2000 now?
Yeah.
So by then, I had discovered that boombox could record. And for me, you may as well have given me the golden ticket from the chocolate factory, man.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. They gave you the ticket to absolutely take off and run.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
no, dude, I get it.
Man, here's the thing, too. Years had gone by, and I had told years of these stories with these imaginary characters. Mm-hmm. And here was my chance now to put this on tape. Here's the only problem. Where to start. The early tapes of Chris and Dan's especially, and you know this better than anybody, were so scatterbrained.
Well, they were. But again, look at who made them. Look at who, look at what mind that came from. That came from a young Casey. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because there isn't, but we were random back then. Both of us were.
We were,
as hell.
But our minds were still developing, and
exactly.
those creative juices, man.
Exactly.
They were flowing, but they were still creating.
They were still coming up with things. I remember for a year straight. I don't have any of this recorded. It's a crying shame too. I went around for years straight, believing or referring to myself as the potato person. I kid you not. And I made stories out of him. I made everything. He he wasn't my imaginary creation, obviously, because he was off TV. But that's where a lot of my influence came off of, was television. I was a big TV person. That's all I had.
Oh yeah, man. And I loved anime and like those anime TV shows and that. I watched Power Rangers, Sailor Moon. Basically anything with a villain and a good guy, like.
Oh yeah.
Batman Beyond, and X-Men, and fucking Zeta, and all that.
I loved X-Men. I was a huge X-Men fan.
Oh,
I still am.
Oh, yeah.
But no, anything that had a good guy and a bad guy, I gravitated to it like you wouldn't even believe.
Oh, I still do, man.
Oh, I still do too. Because I still believe in order to tell a good story, you have to have good guys. You have to have bad guys, and somewhere you have to throw in a victim, or it's not going to work.
And there has to be like planned strategy, war. In the late 90s, early 2000s, when I discovered like The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, like all that planned out war and strategy and everything, I was like, this is so cool.
Oh, dude.
This is so cool. I love this. And then I discovered, Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. I loved this stuff. And I thought, man, I can turn this Chris and Dan's thing into something so badass. It's so cool. And and that was where you and I, unbeknownst to each other at the time, started competing with each other.
2000, was it 2000 or 2002? I can't remember.
2000.
Was it?
Well, because that's when both audio dramas were first
started.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd say, yeah, you're right. 2000. I told you about Ultra Johnny, who was just barely coming onto the scene as being an audio anything, and you told me about Chris and Dan. Now you had told me about Chris last year in '99, but at the time nothing had come of him at that point yet.
Yeah, because I was still kind of trying to lay the pieces for what I was going to create here.
But now we go to 2000. You've got the pieces. You've got what you need, and now we're in full blown creative mode.
Devil, get your whip out. I challenge you to a battle of whips. Devil against Ultra Johnny. Come on, Devil boy, let's go right now.
Well, you ready?
What? Here it comes.
Yeah.
I'm mean already. Horns and tail. Big horns.
Oh, not again!
I'm charging down at you.
You know what the sad thing is, in my view about this is, Ultra Johnny and Chris and Dan never met up in the younger days. We never met up.
We never collaborated.
Which is a
but we never
shame.
could.
No,
that's the thing.
No.
We never could. Living situations, family situations. We never could.
No, and it was too bad. I mean, it was a shame.
It really was.
But because I think if we had, what a story we could have told from that shit, dude.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, man. Like, and I think it really ramped up in, what was it, 2002. I think we were on the phone, and you were telling me, you were showing me some stuff from Ultra Johnny.
Really, when it really ramped up to me was 03 with the, remember those...
No. It was 02.
Was it? Oh.
Yeah, because you'd showed me Metal Man. And
yeah. No, you're right. I did.
You had told me like how big a villain he was and what he was and all this stuff, and I'm just like, oh, this is badass. And then we had that camp.
Yes.
That camp out in 2002. I think it was May of 02.
Yes. No, it was June of 02. It was during the summer camp. They had that night where you could camp out in lawn or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, it was on the front lawn in front of the cottage. They had set up tents for us. And we were up all night.
Damn night doing
all
this
night.
shit. Seriously.
All night, just talking about this stuff.
And showing each other what we had.
And man, like, I think we were up till 4:30 in the morning.
I think damn near, yeah, you're right.
Fucking talking about Ultra Johnny and you know, and I thought it was just so awesome.
It was you, me, and Blake, because Blake was a huge part of Ultra Johnny.
Yeah.
I couldn't have made Ultra Johnny without him, seriously. But, so it was you, me, and him, all talking series. It was wonderful. God, I wish I had that fucker still.
Oh, man.
Because I actually recorded it, but it got eaten before it could make digital.
That is a damn shame.
Oh, tell me about it.
That is a damn
Tell
shame.
me about it. But in 03, things really started to pick up because we got a miracle that was called goal ball practice. What that gave us was an opening to do something that before then we weren't able to do.
Tape trade.
Yeah,
tape trade.
Say hello to tape trade, my friend. That is when tape trade started up. Now that was a beautiful thing.
I remember
get Chris and Dan's worst fights off of you.
Yep.
And I gave you parts 1 through 3 of Ultra Johnny.
Was it 1, 2, 3?
Sure was.
I thought there was more than that.
No, because I hadn't made any more than that.
Oh, dude, I played those tapes for hours.
Yeah. Oh. And for me, Chris and Dan, I love a good fight scene. I ain't gonna lie. I love a good fight scene. Mayhem. That's what I'm all about.
Oh, yeah.
And my favorite battle was Battle of Chris and Dan and the Evil Cases. It was wonderful.
Which one was that? Was that tape 3?
I want to say 3.
Was that the one where, like, they would go to war and then the guy would whistle and then they'd have the break?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was part 3.
Yeah.
That was the first big battle. Mm-hmm. Like, the first 2 tapes were kind of building to that. Yeah. But tape 3 was the first organized, real big battle.
Yeah.
Chris, are you alright? Sergeant! What? We need a break! Fast! Why? Chris Marquise! I think he's been knocked out cold! Hey! Dude! Everybody! Stop the fight! Stop the fight! Someone is hurt very bad! I think he might have a concussion in his brain. Come on, everyone! Half of our group's gone. Mister, I quit this war. What did you say to me? I said, I quit this war.
Did you have a favorite Ultra Johnny, or what was your favorite part of it?
Man, I listened to the whole thing. It just blew my mind. But the thing I really liked, and I remember 2 scenes that really just blew my mind. I remember you had made that scene. We were all together. We were hanging out, having a party, whatever. And then the phone rings, and it's Metal Man. And Ultra Johnny's talking to Metal Man. And then you switch over and you see Metal Man building his ship. I think it was with Evil Johnny.
Yes. It was Metal Man building his mobile ship and command center.
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It looks like Metal Man is no longer in existence. We had nothing more to worry about. Now all of us can celebrate because Metal Man has officially been destroyed, or is no longer to be seen. And until Metal Man comes back, we will all celebrate. Hello, Ultra Johnny and Townsville.
weird people. You're partying down there. Think I'm dead, but I'm not. Don't say, Ultra Johnny, you just blew up my spaceship, but not me or Evil Johnny. You want to hear from Evil Johnny? Hey, Ultra Johnny, we're back. You want to know? This is nice. Our planet. I'm Archer Johnny.
Oh, Metal Man.
Hello. Do you want to know our planet?
Yes, I do, God. Now tell it to me, I'm going to show you both.
Planet Earth.
You guys came on the Earth?
Yeah,
I'm coming up there to stop you.
but we're not on planet Earth. We are on Pluto.
This is nice.
Well, we just gotta do a lot of fixing up places. They got old piece of junk parts, the airplanes and all that.
Well, why don't we just take those pieces and build them into our own new ship?
That's what I was planning. That's why I came back down to Earth to pick you up.
That's a good idea.
We're gonna take apart our ships and try to make just two ships, about almost the exact same kind of two ships together. We're hooked together when we want to fly together, or if we want just you and I to by ourselves, we just let loose and that robot will just float somewhere, hide out, invisible for us, where we won't have to worry about it getting blown up. That'd be nice for us, and we just have our own two ships to fly around with everything on it.
Good idea. But I still want to kill Ultra Johnny.
I know, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna have us a good vacation, so for a whole year until next week, until next year. And we'll start building right now. Torpedo launchers, two of them. One for yours and one for me. Oh, we got it all done. Now let's see how we can...
And then my favorite battle, and I've gone on record to say this, and I want to know your favorite battle from Chris and Dan's too, but
Okay.
my favorite battle in the original Ultra Johnny series was the battle in the collapsing building with Metal Man and Ultra Johnny.
That was the most fun thing to make. I loved making it. It was great.
How did you guys do that? Didn't you guys use it like a dual cassette deck?
No, well, I did, but I can tell you exactly what went into it. What we did was I went over to Josh's house and we did a wrestling match, which is perfect for us.
Yeah.
So we did a wrestling match, which made it look more real, though perfect. Then I took what you heard was sound effects from Lord of the Rings dubbed in there. Is what you heard when the building was coming down. That's what you're hearing.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and see what I did was I blended. I knew how to blend because I had the dual cassette player. God, I miss her.
Shit!
I miss that son bitch more than you'll ever know. The dual cassette player, I loved it because what you could do is you could blend effects. You couldn't do it for long. You couldn't do it for long periods of time. But God, you could do it though. That's what got me.
Yeah.
So I blended effects in.
Oh.
That's what made that.
Ultra Johnny's going down. Oh yeah, Ultra Johnny.
Hello, Metal Man.
You're going down.
Oh, the head is
Everybody get down, dude. Come on, Johnny.
going.
What was your favorite battle from your competition at the time? Because
Okay, honestly, this is probably going to throw you. The first battle that y'all ever did in tape one, I think it was Chris versus Dan.
I think so. It was like mid-tape.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I loved it.
Oh, yeah. Like that great big battle.
Yeah,
lasted like 10 minutes.
Great big fucking battle of them just tearing it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Man, I remember that battle. And that was actually the first recording I did on that tape.
Oh, really?
Yes. That was the first recording I did, but the fight scene was so good that I just saved it. I just never taped over it. I would tape around it.
Yeah.
Like in the other parts of the tape, but I never taped over that scene because that fight scene was so good.
No.
So it was the summer, and I was downstairs in Brad's room, and again, this was the time Clint was staying with us. Brad had, at the time, a bunch of toys in his room, and he had the Super Nintendo system, Legos. I mean, anything and everything you could think of to use, like, to make sound effects. Mm-hmm. The Legos I used for glass.
Me too.
The Super Nintendo I used for, like, big brick and chunks of building, because
That's where that came from?
Yeah, so it was in a great big plastic casing.
Oh, be damned. Okay.
Yeah, so it was a great big plastic case that sealed up around the gaming system.
Yeah.
And it was like drawers of games and stuff.
That's what that was. I wonder how you did that.
So it was big and heavy, and I would pick it up and I'd drop it back down, and it boom.
I'm charging down at you.
You guys okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Bradley. I'm not Bradley.
One of the best fight scenes was done purely accidentally. I didn't even plan on this, but one of the best things from Ultra Johnny 6 was, do you see this bridge here, boy?
I loved that shit.
Yeah. Boom! He goes off the bridge. Good Casey goes off the bridge into the water. Our evil Johnny laughing his ass off while the good Casey's fucking drowning all this shit. I'm like, dude.
Man,
I didn't even plan on that. That was not even planned, but it worked out so fucking well.
Man, I remember in Chris and Dan's Worst Fights, Part 7, that was kind of a history look back at the early days. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was done childlike, but it was done.
Yeah.
And it told about Captain Jake and the formation of the evil Casey army and how they were cloned and everything. You know, and Part 7 was real fascinating that way, but I think when it really started to ramp up was in Part 10, when it concluded we had that great big gun battle.
Dude, I loved the gun battle. What the hell did you use? I've been dying to ask you this. What the hell did you use? Where'd that come from?
So, in 2001, we got a Nintendo 64 for Christmas.
Oh, dude.
And one of the games that Brad got was James Bond 007.
Oh, dude.
Which, of course, is a shooting game.
Yeah.
Brad and I would stay up for hours, all night, tag teaming on that game. And I mean, of course, I had no clue what I was doing. But, it was the guns for me. It was badass.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
What Brad used to do is, I had a mini tape recorder, and Brad would go downstairs, he would mount the tape recorder in front of the TV speaker, and he would play the game. And we would get 20, 30 minutes of gameplay on there with the guns and everything, and then he'd bring me the tape. And I would hold it up to the microphone of my sister's karaoke machine, and I would make scenes in Chris and Dan's and use those gun sounds.
So that's where that came out of.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's where that came from.
Because that was interesting. I love that shit. Dude. I used the hell out of that shit.
Oh, dude, I bet you fucking did.
I'm still gonna. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah. You know what? And it was so effective that we used it for the rest of the damn series.
I do not friggin' blame you. I don't blame you 1 minute. I loved those damn guns. It was beautiful.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, man, it was.
You couldn't have asked for better if you tried.
Oh, God. You know, man, our series was different, but when we found out about each other's stuff, we would compare.
03 was really the launching pad for what would be our future, really.
Do you really think so?
Oh, yes, I do, and I'll get into that also. Because, you see, 03 was our first set of tape trade. And it just grew from there. To, of course, about, would you say 04, 05, we got off of stories and got on to...
05.
05, yeah.
That was late 05.
You're right.
It was late 05, and I'll tell you how I know, because we were on the phone. I called you, and I don't think we talked in a year or something like that.
No, we hadn't. I didn't even know who you were.
Yeah,
seriously.
Yeah, well, because by then my voice had changed.
Well, yeah,
you know.
And I'd answer the phone. Who the hell are you?
You know, and I talked. Mm-hmm. Let's see, we talked. I think it was mid 05 into late 05.
Yeah, it was.
And you and I had been wrestling fans for years. I mean, you know, we both knew that.
Oh yeah.
But I called you one day, and you were listening to something, and I'm like, what is that? Is that Ultra Johnny? And you're like, no, that's my wrestling show. And I'm like, wrestling show? Now, keep in mind, I had kind of known that you and Clinton had recorded shows years ago, but I never really thought about that because up to that point, I was consumed with Chris and Dan's Worst Fights. Because
sense.
that's the project I was working on.
That makes sense.
But in 03, when I'd made 18 Part 2 and then went on that 3-year sabbatical from Chris and Dan's, I was making this random series that went nowhere, had no direction.
So it's pretty. I'll tell you what, though, it's pretty damn cool to look at. I'll tell you that.
Well,
it may have gone nowhere, but it was cool to look at.
Well, and we still have clips, don't we?
Oh, Casey, tell me if you hear the sound of your brown speaks breaking. But you can't do this. Wrong answer again, Case. You don't think I can do whatever I want? All right, let's rip every tendon and every crappy thing in his neck. There we go. Wait! What? When are you going to do it tonight? Hey, you shut up. I'm doing it right now. You monster! I'm not as bad as Metal Man, but I'm good at breaking necks. Woo, I'm proud for what I'm doing. Do you even care that you're an American? I don't, but I'm pretty sure you do.
I had asked you, I'm like, what are you listening to? And you told me, I'm listening to my wrestling show. And I'm like, wrestling show? And you're like, yeah, I record them. And I'm like, wait, what? And then that's when you found out from me, yeah, Brad and I have been doing those for years. But you found out, and it made you angry. You're like, and you don't record them?
Yeah. And, well, I literally asked you, and you don't record them. Why exactly?
And I was just like, I just never thought
You
of
never
it.
even thought about it. It
No.
never even crossed your mind.
No. Because I was too busy, like I said, with Chris and Dan's.
I got you.
And you're like, dude, you need to start recording this stuff.
Now, we got to tell this story. Because when you started recording, oh my hell, did things take off.
Oh, dude.
You talk about competition, oh man.
Oh, dude, competition just ramped up to 100. Okay?
It went through the roof, I'll tell you that right now. It went all the way through the damn roof. I mean, because, you were doing your shows, I was doing my shows. Now, granted, WWE was better by far because, see, EOW was just bring about 20 guys out here and get into a brawl.
Yeah, it was just like some big battle royal.
Yeah. It was a big battle royal every week. That's what we did. It was a big battle royal every week. It was grab a bunch of guys, let's get into a fight, and let's just see who wins.
Yeah.
That's it. You came along, and of course we had Fury, who was all about Clinton's ego, but we won't. Yeah, and of course the tree.
Oh, God.
And then we had WW, who was structured, who knew how to do match structure, story structure. I sat there because about August of 06, when you first handed me your first stack of tapes.
I remember it went from December through, what was it, May or June?
I think it was like May.
Yeah, and that was pre-WOW. But
Yes, it was.
It was also, we went through the first phase of the Undefeatable Commando Bot, then Poison comes in February,
yeah.
And then Jim Gormat comes in April, and then we leave off on the invasion of WOW, or what would become WOW, by
GWA.
Gormak Wrestling Alliance.
Now, I'm going to be honest here. As a fan, I loved it. As a promoter, you scared the hell out of me.
Well, yeah, because
here's a guy, Commando Bot, 1 million pound sumbitch, right? Indestructible. Ain't no man gonna dare take him down. Yeah, wrong. Say hello to Poison. When Poison showed up and he was in Commando Bot's league, that scared the hell out of me because in UOW we didn't have anybody who was in Clawman's league. and the drill was being mismanaged 30 ways out of Sunday.
Yeah, you know.
But here's a guy who wasn't mismanaging his product. Here's a guy who knew what he was doing with his guys. I'm sitting there watching this as a fan going, hell yes.
See,
as an owner, I'm going, oh, shit.
See, here's the thing. We didn't have access to Fury just yet.
No.
EOW was still struggling along, but WOW was shooting to the stars because we had Poison, and then Poison became God. And then we had Gormak. Yep. And then Gormak brought out the relevancy of the normal guys roster.
Oh, God, yes. Yes, he did. The GWA brought out the normalcy, or the relevancy in the normal guys roster. Because you wanted to see who won.
Look at this. Look at this. From December to June, that's how fast WOW shot up into the sky.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
And as a promoter, that had to scare the hell out of EOW.
Oh, it did. It did. I thought, look, I literally looked at, I thought I was going to close. I didn't think I had a prayer. Because, Fury, oh, please, I didn't buy Fury. Clinton gave me Fury. Let's be realistic. But he didn't give me any of the guys. He gave me the name, but no guys. I tell you what, Fury ain't no good with no guys.
No.
Right?
But we fast forward to October when we had that first activity.
Oh my God.
And we were able to get together. And again, tape trade, but also
opened the door for some of the funnest and most scariest things I'd ever seen in my life. Tape trade. And also guy trade, which I'm going to tell you again. Getting the guys that I got from WOW not only changed EOW, but it revitalized EOW.
Oh, dude.
I would have been dead without them.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't have lasted 2 weeks because I could not compete with you because all I had was Flair and Clawman, who could not compete with your, structured programming. It wasn't going to work.
No.
There's no way in hell.
But then in December, we acquired Fury, and you took most of that. But, by that point, by December, January 06, 07, it was full-on war. I mean, it was full-on battle.
It was beautiful. And I got to tell you, we are truly committed to what we do, and I think you'll agree, Case. We are truly committed to what we do because the lengths that we went to get this stuff to each other was something to see. I'll tell you that right now. Because we went through times where what we would do is we would take a big backpack, load a bunch of guys in it, tapes, movies, everything. To these activities. Now, that's all fine and dandy as long as the bags stay with you. Well, 9 times out of 10, they did. But ever so often, the bags would get moved from you. That scared the hell out of me. I will not lie. That scared me.
Same here, And this was predating our access to external hard drives and digital data.
Yeah, exactly. It was tapes, y'all. Literally tapes.
Oh,
That's all it was. And if those tapes got lost, we were screwed.
Oh, it was game over.
And we are back. It is the next morning. Hey, Johnny.
Hey, boy.
We had a little pause in recording. Our buddy Blake came to visit, so we just sat there and did some bullshitting.
It was all good.
But, we are back. And, picking up on where we left off, man, look, it was tapes. And, tapes could get lost. Tapes could get eaten. There was always some kind of anxiety when it came to tapes a little bit because you always worried. It was always a bit of a roll of the dice, man. If you lost one tape out of a stack, that was a piece of what we had done and what we had recorded that you wouldn't get.
And it wasn't just tapes. It didn't stop there. Oh, no. It was guys too.
Oh
for
yeah,
that matter.
yeah, man. Because when we were doing the tape trading back when we were, in the golden years of our wrestling stuff, man. We would trade those action figures back and forth, and we'd also trade tapes. And I'll tell you what, it's not like nowadays where you can just, push a button and drop it in the Google Drive cloud, or here's a hard drive, back it up onto the computer. It wasn't like that in those days.
No, everything was tapes, guys, men. So we're over here cramming a big friggin' backpack full of guys and men and
tapes,
and hoping like hell that nothing got lost. And actually, we were damn fucking lucky because nothing ever got lost.
Nothing as far as I know. And I'll tell you what, man, we got off lucky because we've been able to preserve a lot over the years, okay?
We saved a lot more than a lot of people ever did because we were smart enough to preserve those tapes until the days of conversion could come along.
Oh yeah, man. When we got into a digital platform and discovered how all that worked,
and some of us, I'll just say me, pushed that bitch as far as it would go. He told me about digital, but I didn't think it would work. I went on record to say it wouldn't work. And I will admit to you right here, right now, I was an idiot.
Well, here's the thing, man. I had to see it for myself first. I had to know if this thing would work, how this thing worked. I had to play with it for what was it, Johnny? Like a good year before I figured it all out?
Not really. It was more like a few months.
Well, it was close to a year.
Okay, yeah, all right.
It was close to a year. Because I had to figure out, A, how to convert those cassettes.
Right.
And B, how to get the most out of digital, which involved, editing it, putting in effects.
Right.
And when I discovered how we could do that, it clicked with me.
But for me, it didn't fully clip until I started doing EOW digital.
Oh, yeah, And I think, the easiest thing to explain it to him was, this is like back in the day, Johnny, but it's a lot more expansive now. You can do so much more. Because I remember back in the day when I was doing Chris and Dan's Worst Fights and he was doing Ultra Johnny, I've gone on record of saying that Johnny was a lot better than me when it came to sound engineering. Because those first tapes, those first Ultra Johnny tapes, they were revolutionary in my opinion.
Oh, I agree.
When I borrowed those tapes and I listened to those tapes, you were doing shit that I didn't know how to do.
No.
But, then again, like I said, your shit was portable. Mine wasn't.
I was willing to experiment. I walked the line with nothing to lose. Is literally how I walked it.
Yeah, and then, a decade later, when we discovered digital and we both discovered how it worked, and when he finally got a grasp on it.
When we discovered digital, you were the one that kind of walked that line of, I don't have anything to lose. Because really, let's face it, we didn't.
No. Oh, no.
Our tape recorder was either dying or shot. Number two, tapes were almost impossible to get.
Well, we were getting to the end of the decade. This was like 2009.
Yeah.
This is mid-late 2009.
It was 09,
and you couldn't find blank tapes anymore.
No.
That was really yesterday's tech.
Oh,
and,
yeah. They were virtually impossible to come across. So.
And you know how it actually started? It didn't honestly start with Clint. It started with a phone call. I was talking to my late great buddy Art Sanchez, and he told me, he says, "Man, y'all need to get out of the dinosaur age, man." And I says, "Well, what do you mean?" And he goes, "Man, you need to go digital. You've got to stay relevant." And then Clint,
And what year was that phone call?
I think this was 2009, because this is when I met him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and
right. So it was 09.
And then Clint, he showed me the Plex Talk, and he goes, Casey, this is how this works, and this is, and I was like, wow, man, because I had known that Blake could convert tapes with his laptop and Gold Wave, but I was thinking there's got to be a simpler way to do that. And then when Clint started showing me all the specs of the Plex Talk and teaching me that you could hook a line-in jack to your tape recorder and the other end into this Plex Talk, and you could digitalize your tapes. You could record your tapes right onto that little SD card. And I was like, wow, man, that's badass.
So we started doing shows digitally. Well, he started doing shows digitally. And he kept telling me, you need to go digital. But
I kept telling him, I'm just like, man, Johnny, this is it. This is the way to go.
But like a fool, I'll admit it, like an idiot, I didn't hop on right off. I should have gone in there with the same mindset that I used for making stories. I didn't have anything to lose.
But when you got a grasp on it and you figured it out,
when I understood what digital could do for EOW, oh my God, it soared.
Oh yeah,
I never looked back.
Well, you didn't need to.
Oh God,
you didn't need to.
Me? I never looked back. Ever since 2010, every show I've ever done has been digital. And it went even further than that. Digital also revolutionized the way I do my life's work. Because beforehand, I was doing everything. I was doing all my recordings I would make on tape and just hoping and praying that they'd make it to conversion. Not anymore. As soon as digital hit, the beauty, I think what really is still the deal for me with digital is you could save it.
Oh yeah, and with tapes,
preserve it.
Yeah, and the thing was, back in the day with tapes, you could only save as much as you had tapes.
Well, yeah, and then you better hope that it doesn't get eaten.
Yeah, exactly. That too. You could only record as much as however many tapes you had.
Exactly. I mean, it was truly a shot in the dark whether you kept it or not. I mean, it really was. But with digital,
which really shocks me that we preserved as much as we fucking did.
You're not kidding. You are not fucking kidding. With digital, it really revolutionized everything because we were able to save.
Oh yeah.
We were able to actually preserve. I have moments now that I would have never, ever gotten on tape. There's no way in hell.
Dude, no.
There's no way in hell.
And the crazy thing is, too, is and you know this as well as I do, when you find those hidden treasures, like, I didn't know I still had that box of microcassettes.
Oh, dude.
And when I found those, dude, I dug up things I hadn't heard in 10 years or more.
Are you kidding? Yeah, no,
and
I get it.
When I was able to preserve those, I sat and converted all those.
And the other thing, I love about digital, and I think you'll probably agree, it's portable.
Oh yeah,
it can go anywhere with you, anywhere you want it to go. It can do it, and you can record anything and everything.
Oh yeah,
no, I've done it.
Oh yeah, and in my case, the biggest thing for me is uploading all your content online.
Yeah, you took it to another level. You took it to uploading it online.
Oh yeah,
which is something for you that's been probably a hell of a lot of fun.
Well, yes, and that's honestly what got our content take off too, especially the wrestling stuff. I mean, that Evil Blood stuff, man. Yeah, I mean,
dude.
I mean, it soared.
I mean, Evil Blood was just an idea I had, and it became a phenomenon. I mean, it really did.
It took time to build. I mean, it wasn't an instant success.
No.
I used to talk to, a buddy of mine, and he would sit there and tell me, he said, "Well, Casey, you've always been great," and I'm like, "No, buddy, I have not."
But to put this in real perspective, we were not an instant success.
Oh no, not at all.
We didn't just magically say, "Oh, gee, I think I'm going to do something here. I'm going to make stories and do all this and become an instant success."
It doesn't happen like that. It happens slowly.
We flopped more times than I care to get into.
Listen, man. Back in the day, when we started, it wasn't great.
No.
Okay? Those, especially those early Chris and Dan's tapes, they weren't great.
No.
Okay? But it was what it was. And it was our start. We had what we had.
We all had to start somewhere.
We did.
All had to start somewhere. I've been making stories since I was about 13. And you, what, 5?
I was... Well, I didn't start recording them until I was about 9 or 10. But
Right.
I've had these imaginary characters in my head, these Chris and Dan's characters, since I was about 3 or 4.
Right. So we were putting things together mentally. God, since I was like 4 or 5 and 7.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously.
I mean, years before.
I mean, it's a shame that we never got any of that stuff recorded. Like I said, it's a shame that we never got any of that done. But
well, like I told you, man, I didn't know what I had.
Oh no, I didn't, and I didn't have anything at that time. But thankfully, we have stuff now that we can record with, and we've made the most out of it.
Oh yeah,
getting
man.
it.
I mean, shit. Look at everything we have at our disposal nowadays. I mean, you and I are sitting here in the living room talking about all this stuff. But here's the thing. It doesn't just happen like that, man. It takes work. It takes drive. It takes passion for what you do.
When it comes to new things like that, you can look at it as you can either fold up your tent or you can figure out how it works, embrace it, and keep going.
Exactly.
Make it do what you want it to do, because it can.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And we've done that, whether it be wrestling, whether it be stories, whether it be whatever it is. We've made it work for us.
I mean, listen, okay. So let's put something into perspective, okay? How would you compare the back in the day of putting together Ultra Johnny and all the technique behind it as opposed to these days? I mean, what's different, man?
All right. There's some huge differences here. Okay, first of all, I'm not carrying around 4, 5, 6, 7 tapes just to get one scene done. Okay, now it's come to a computer, load up the effects, get the dialogue, get the music going, and do it that way. Now, back in the day, you could forget about any kind of music. Oh, forget it. Because you couldn't put that on tapes. There's no way in hell.
Yeah, there was no way to dub anything in.
No, there's no way to do it.
You would have to have big, fancy digital equipment.
I tried, and I could not do it. I could do it for like a few seconds, but that's all I could do.
But, those things just weren't accessible back in those days.
No.
You didn't have access to any of that. This is like pre-YouTube.
Even with a dual cassette player, I still did not have the ability to do so.
Well,
however, when digital appeared, suddenly I could make the effects. I could add in the effects, put in the music I wanted. The doors flew open with digital.
And to put this into perspective, especially for our younger people that are listening to this, when we started doing our series, this is the early 2000s, late 90s. There was no YouTube back then. It did not exist. Those things did not exist. You couldn't just jump online and find sound effects, find music. That wasn't how it worked back then.
No. I took a lot of mine off TV.
And movies.
Yeah. Now, That's another avenue. When I discovered YouTube, I had a ball. I still do. I scour YouTube to look for effects, and trust me, they have plenty up there.
Oh yeah.
I poured through YouTube to get effects. I poured through YouTube to get music. I got it all. I make killer stories now with the effects, music, and dialogue. Things, again, I could never have done on tape. Ever.
Oh no! I mean,
ever. It would never have happened.
We dreamed of doing this stuff.
Exactly.
This kind of work on tape.
No, this back then was just a kid's dream back then because it was physically not possible. To do it.
No.
And for many years, it was not possible to do so until, like I said, until Gold Wave came along, and then, the effects started coming into play.
Oh yeah.
And all the effects I got from you, big help. Honestly.
Definitely. Definitely.
I got a lot of...
Well, and I got a lot of good stuff from you too.
Oh, hell yes.
Because here's the thing. Even though we've always competed against each other, it's always been, let's compete, let's make the best product possible.
Exactly. It's always been, I'll give you what I got, you give me what you got, and we'll make the best thing out of it that we humanly can.
Well, and we were even doing that back in the day, because when I was getting Ultra Johnny, your old tapes back in the day when we were doing tape trading, you would use dialogue from Chris and Dan's.
Of course I did. Dialogue and effects.
Yeah. And I'd do the same thing.
Look, I'm going to be fucking serious with you. I wore those gun sounds out.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
I used it so damn much. I wore those gun sounds the hell out.
Man,
because that's how good they were.
Yeah. See, and I was a lot more limited in sound effect production back in the day than John was.
You didn't have the...
I had to rely on dialogue and what I could scrounge together.
Yeah.
Johnny had portable equipment.
Yes.
I was using my sister's karaoke machine.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I had the portable Walkman. Thank goodness to whoever invented that thing.
I'm telling you.
Because the portable Walkman back in the day really gave me the ability to create, to get the effects or to get the dialogue I needed to bring the stuff back to my room, put it on the dual cassette tape player, and make stories.
Man, I'll bet that dual cassette player was badass back in the day.
Well, you've heard what it did. It created Ultra Johnny 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it did beautiful things.
Well, my grandparents had an old dual cassette deck. It was from the 80s. And that's what I used to record some of those Chris and Dan's tapes.
I can't say I blame you. I would have too.
Yeah. And it was a good recorder.
Oh, it worked out well. But if I had my rathers, and thankfully I do, I will never go back to tapes.
No.
It will never happen.
Nope.
Don't get me wrong. Tapes have always got a place in my art. Always. But you are so much more limited with tapes than you are digital.
Oh, you are. Oh, you are.
It's insane how limited you are.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't realize it until you see what digital can do.
Well, you didn't.
You don't realize it.
Well, you had to have been in our position because tapes, for years, for about a decade, were all we had.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden, you get introduced to this new format. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, oh, well, shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can do this? Wow.
Let's just say the doors of options open wide. See, literally.
Nowadays, you don't even think about it because it's just the way it is now.
Yeah.
But for us, guys that go back a little ways, it wasn't always like that.
No.
It wasn't always like that. So we're definitely grateful because we remember how it was and how it is now.
It was fun. It was It was fun, but it was also scary.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
we had to worry about, like I said, was stuff going to get lost? Was stuff going to get eaten? Which, honestly, only one of our tapes ever got eaten. We were that lucky.
Ultra Johnny?
No. WW.
I think we lost maybe 3.
3?
I think so.
Okay, yeah.
I think 3 out of like
127.
what, like 127 out of 130.
Yeah.
That's pretty darn good.
That's really good.
Okay, I mean, not complaining at all.
Oh hell no! Oh hell fucking no! I'm not either, because we preserved so much more than we ever could have.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. You know, I mean, it was a different world.
And the same goes for our moments. Like you said, Casey, with those micro cassettes, you were able to preserve stuff from your young childhood.
Yeah.
With those tapes, I was able to preserve stuff from my young childhood, me at 8 and 9. And I have, my parents' voices on tape.
Well, the crazy thing is about those tapes, like in my case, was my mom and sister recorded a lot of that stuff.
Oh wow!
And then they gave me the tapes years later. So those tapes were recorded in the late 90s.
Oh wow!
And then they gave me the tapes in 2004.
Oh wow! Okay.
We found them in a bunch of baby stuff that my mom had, and she had brought them to me. I was on one of my supervised visitations over there, and she brought them to me. And I happened to have a player at the time, but I didn't have any way to convert them, obviously.
Right.
And I remember a couple years later just boxing them up and putting them away somewhere.
Sure.
And I ended up finding them at my grandparents' house years later.
Yeah.
And boy, I'll tell you what, I'm grateful I did.
Oh,
I have them in my office now.
It was a lucky find.
Oh, it was.
Because,
and I'm grateful they still worked.
You're not kidding. I'm glad that I got the tapes converted when I did, because they probably wouldn't even play now.
Well, I know those Chris and Dan's tapes don't.
No, I bet not.
And I don't want to risk having any of them getting eaten. So.
No. Oh, no.
As far as I'm concerned, they're museum pieces now.
Oh, hell yes. Yeah, and it's just, it's amazing to see how far we've come. I'll tell you another project that changed with digital. A project I adopted back in 2006 called Best Moments. The project that was originally, it was supposed to be the best moments of Object Wrestling for that month. Object Wrestling was the old name before it got changed to Audio Wrestling. So what we did, or what I did, was I took the shows that we did and I put them next to each other on tape. I put the moments next to each other on tape, and it grew and grew and grew from there. However, when digital appeared, it became show versus show. What I did was I took the whole show and put it on Best Moments versus another person's show. So it literally became company versus company, show versus show.
Yeah.
And it's still going today. Thanks to digital, it's still going. Had I not had digital, that thing would have been dead 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, and the crazy thing is, man, is we have been able to preserve all this. We've made documentaries.
Oh, hell yeah.
We've made compilation sets.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
we keep the old alive and embrace the new. Because, you know, I'm telling you, man, if we didn't have the old tapes and we didn't start where we did, and we absolutely sucked when we started, you know, I mean,
you're not wrong.
No, man, not at all. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you Chris and Dan's was this big, giant, digital, amazing thing, because it wasn't. It sucked.
No, I get it. I mean, but you know what, though? Both of them were good for what they were.
They were. Because it's how we started.
Exactly.
It's how we got our start, man.
Yeah, they were good for what they were.
They were.
Just like old school EOW. You couldn't even understand me back then because the microphone was too far from me.
Yeah. You know, and Johnny would show me this stuff. He's like, this is great. And I'm like, Johnny, this is ass.
This is awful.
This is awful. And he's like, what? And I had to point it out.
Well, because you couldn't understand me. And looking back at it, I see where you cannot, or where I cannot be understood. Because my soft-spoken voice is just that. Very soft-spoken. And I was using that on, EOW, which is fine. But if you're going to do that, get the microphone closer to you. Otherwise, I was not picked up.
Well, and turn
and
your
meanwhile,
TV down.
Well, yeah, yeah, and turn the TV down. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, and see. Meanwhile, while I was doing this lackluster product, this guy over here is banging out show versus show, show versus after show after show, where you can be understood, where you can follow it. Basically, I'm not gonna pull any punches here. He kicked my ass for 4 fucking years.
Oh yeah, man. But it's like it's this competition. It's this competition between me and you, man. And I don't see it ever ending.
Oh, it's not. Oh no, it's never.
Okay,
bad.
I don't see it ever ending.
Oh no.
And I think that's partly because neither one of us want to conceive defeat.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Neither of us. Not only do we not want to, but I believe we don't know how.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not in our souls to
No.
bleed defeat.
No.
We just don't know how to do it, because I was taught from a young age, and I think you were too, be the best at what you do.
Oh, absolutely.
Grab, if you find something that you're good at, hold on to it and make something out of it.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's what we've done all the damn time.
All the time.
Sometimes even at our own expense. Fuck, we don't care.
Nope.
You get it with what? You get a show with what? Pneumonia, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. 15-year anniversary. This guy does it with fucking pneumonia, literally.
Hey, man, you do what you got to do.
Commitment.
Yeah.
It really was commitment.
Now, I'm not saying this is the kind of thing you should be doing, but
you know what, though? Really, I mean, if you're passionate to do it and you can do it safely, why not?
Exactly.
Seriously, why the hell not?
Johnny, we've done a lot over the years, man. As far as we're concerned and the amount of content, I mean, legendary status, man.
Yeah.
Legendary status.
But, you know what? It ain't over yet.
Nope. Long way from it, pal.
Long way from it.
Long way from it.
Because as long as I'm living, I'm gonna be creating something.
Exactly.
As long as I'm on this earth, I'm gonna be creating something. I guarantee it.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Because I love doing it. I enjoy the hell out of it, and there ain't nothing like the finished product. Nothing like it in the whole world. Because when you do it right, it's beautiful. I mean, it really is.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
I mean, I'll give you a prime example. Chris and Dan's Worst Fights 19. That was done beautifully well. They were all good. But to me, 19 was my favorite.
I think it was because I was a little bit older. I wasn't an adult. I was a teenager. But I was a full-blown teenager.
Right.
And I had experience at this point because I had just started WOW a few months before.
Yeah, literally.
And I had a real good idea how to structure things.
Yeah, you did.
And how to, and I wanted to take us back a little bit. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm going to do one more of these Chris and Dan's tapes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm so glad you did.
Me too.
Because it was freaking awesome.
Me too.
And we cannot have this show without saying one simple thing, Casey. What are you going to do?
Are you going to get
stand up
and die like a man?
Or are you going to lay there and die like a bitch?
I love it.
Classic Classic evil Casey, man.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
You know how many times that's been used? Jeez. Countless times.
Johnny, you see this bridge here,
Boy.
There's so many quotes.
No, there's
There's so many quotes from Ultra Johnny and from Chris and Dan's. It's just, oh man, it's
You get it. If you are a sympathizer of the weak, you die. You get in our way, you die.
boys put guns to his head. He stopped at nothing.
Now he
stopped at nothing.
Dude, my two favorite characters were Evil Casey and Evil Johnny from our respected series because they were demented.
Oh, they were.
All they gave a damn about was killing.
Oh, yeah.
Evil Johnny only gave a damn about two things: killing and money. That's it.
True villains right there.
Oh yeah.
True villains right there.
Hell yeah. And dude, I have so much fun playing the villain. I really do.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it.
Yeah, definitely.
I love playing Ultra Johnny too, but there ain't nothing like Evil Johnny.
Johnny, it's been fun over this past 2 decades.
Hell yeah.
And we're far from over, pal.
Oh, hell yeah. We're not even close to done.
And with that being said, my friends, this is another episode of 25 Years of Memories with old Casey and old Johnny. And we're glad to go down memory road with you.
Hell yeah.
And share our stories, man.
Hell yeah.
And there's a lot more where that come from, buddy.
Maybe in 10 years, we'll do it again.
Yes, sir. All right. We'll see you guys. Well, my friends, that was a lot of fun. Going down memory lane, talking about the old days, and talking about what it's like now. And what a ride it has indeed been. And until next time, this has been 25 Years of Memories with Casey. I'm Casey Scoffield. It's been a pleasure, as always. Talk again soon.